Live from the Ed McMahon Center, this is the Q30 News Nightcast.
Good evening and welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Alexa Farrell.
And I'm Zach Blanchard. We start as students across campus are bracing for one of the biggest nights of the semester. That's right, Fetty Wap is set to take over the TD Bank Sports Center tomorrow.
Q30's Kelly Novak has more.
This year's Wake the Giant concert featuring rapper Fetty Wap will be the biggest yet. Over 3,000 students will pack into the TD Bank Sports Center on Friday for the annual show. The Student Programming Board Mainstage Chair, Alex Lamagna, oversees almost 100 SPB members to ensure a smooth production.
I have 6 directors that sit under me alone. So I have someone in charge of stage crew, hospitality, novelties, PR, volunteers.
Besides constructing the stage and placing security around the arena, Lamagna also caters to the needs of the artists backstage.
We basically transform the whole underground area into like a concert production area. So we use the locker rooms and we put down a red carpet and we block all the lockers out with drape, and we put couches and furniture in there to make them these crazy looking hospitality rooms.
Hospitality Chair Amanda McCormick, who is in charge of decorating these rooms and buying any items the artist might need, appreciates all the details to make the day successful.
It's so incredibly awesome to see all the work that gets put into the show, because once you go there you don't see the back end of it, but when you're part of hospitality, stage crew, volunteers, you see everything that gets put into the show. It's really cool.
Even though all Quinnipiac students see are the tickets, the venue, and the artists themselves, the Student Programming Board has been working tirelessly for months to secure a successful spring concert.
It's not just booking an artist and a stage appears and it all comes together. It's every little thing is very much an important detail that needs to be thought out and purchased and contracted out.
And while students enjoy Fetty on Friday, preparations for Fall Fest are already in the works.
The 2016-2017 Executive Board for the Student Government Association will be a whole lot of suits and ties. All 5 e-board positions will be held by men, despite Quinnipiac having 61% female student body. For the last 3 years, there have been more than 2 women and 2 men on the e-board. According to SGA, there were 5 women who were eligible to run for an e-board position, which has more requirements than the general board. 3 of those women decided to run for their class president positions, and 2 are going abroad.
Fourth Wall Student Theater premieres its spring musical tomorrow night. It's entirely student-run and directed by Ryan Sheehan. The group says the musical is unlike your typical Broadway show. Evening performances will be Friday and Saturday at 7, and matinees will be at 2 p.m. Saturday and Sunday in the CAS Black Box Theater. Tickets are $8 for students at the door. Q30 caught up with the cast and crew. That was awkward, I would agree.
Super funny. If the audience doesn't roll in laughter, I don't know what they're seeing.
I this show because it's just so fun. You're gonna go in there, it's not super long, it's not something that's really overwhelming, it's just a great time.
And Sorority Pi Sigma Sigma hosted their annual Katie's Game this past Sunday. The wiffle ball tournament in honor of a sister who passed away of brain cancer took place on the quad. The Brothers of Pi Kappa Phi won the tournament. All the money raised at the event goes to Camp Sunshine, a place where young cancer patients and their families can go to get away.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Different departments at Quinnipiac teamed up this week to put on events to bring light to sexual assault on university campuses. On Monday, the Panhellenic Council and Interfraternity Council, had keynote speaker Tim Masu come to campus in a relatable way. Masu tackled the culture of shame when it comes to sexual assault. Q30 caught up with him after the talk.
So I've gotten to a point in life where I'm comfortable talking about my experience and what happened to me, and it doesn't necessarily negatively impact me to tell my story, but it's really always hard to hear other survivors.
The Connecticut primary is just around the corner, but does your vote matter?
Plus, can you imagine playing soccer in a bubble? Well, some students had the chance this past Sunday, and for a cause.
And Matt Morris has an update on our forecast. Matt?
We've had 73 in Hartford, 66 in Norwich, 64 here in New Haven. We'll see if those temperatures are here to stay around. Coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
here have stepped in and really just eliminated that problem, doing the right plays at the right time.
I mean, it certainly seems like an uphill battle for this team, but Tricia Fabi is one of the best coaches at this university.
Bobcats hosting Arizona State. We'll start with this power play.
But she's strong. Good lord, I saw her lifting one time. She could squat 3 of me. Like,
oh, well, 7 of me then.
This week's trending topic is #that. We are your source for Quinnipiac entertainment news.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's. Good evening and welcome to Sports Pause.
In the end, we're here to win a championship this year.
Jess Fontana has that. She's going to take a ripper off the post, but she's going to come back.
And my number one, hold your applause, Bobcats fans, is Quinnipiac.
All right, Victoria, you know what time it is. It's top 5 plays of the week.
My favorite time.
The Sisters of 80 Pie hosted their annual King of Diamonds event on Tuesday. The 6 contestants competed in an 80 Pie trivia, talent, spirit, and formal wear in the hopes of becoming the sorority's king. They were also required to raise money for the Ronald McDonald House Charities, the sorority's national philanthropy. Sophomore Brandon Siebert, a brother of Delta Tau Delta, won the event and has the honor to be 80 Pie's king for the year. Of the sorority's 4 kings, Siebert is the 3rd Delt to win. And Zeta Beta Tau, Alpha, Chi Omega, and Fiji hosted a bubble soccer event to support kids fighting cancer. Teams of 4 faced off in mini soccer games on the quad, while of course wearing giant inflatable bubbles. 3 different food trucks were also at the event. All funds raised went to support the Be Positive Foundation, which gives crucial aid to families of kids battling cancer.
Laughter, games, and sunshine filled Bobcat Way this Wednesday, this past week. The Quinnipiac Residence Hall Council held their annual Bobcat Boardwalk. Students were able to grab some popcorn and cotton candy while enjoying some time outside. There were even carnival games that students could win prizes for playing.
With Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump sweeping New York, the pair now moves through Connecticut, making campaign stops throughout the state today. And the Connecticut primary is just around the corner. Q30's Nicole Kessler has more.
State primary is next Tuesday, but by then the nominees might already be decided. 33 states have already hosted primaries or caucuses before Connecticut, and both nominations are nearly set in stone. Presidential favorites Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton already have sizable leads, and by April 26th they may be too big to relinquish. Clinton leads Bernie Sanders by 682 delegates with only 2 Democratic candidates, while Trump is ahead of Ted Cruz by 185 in a 3-way Republican race with John Kasich. Doug Schwartz is the director of the Quinnipiac Polling Institute, and he says the chance Connecticut's 98 delegates even matters is possible, but not likely.
I think it'd be better if we were earlier. Having said that, You never know. What's great about politics is its unpredictability.
Campaign offices are open, rallies are being held, and other preparations have begun. Clyde Brown Dean is a member of the board of directors at the Community Foundation of Greater New Haven, and she told us in a statement, for the first time in over 20 years, Connecticut's primary will have an important impact on the race for president. No candidate has reached the number of delegates necessary to cinch the nomination, so every vote counts this year. However, Schwartz disagrees with Brown Dean, saying Connecticut has made a big impact in the past.
Clinton versus Obama. Both candidates came to the state, they campaigned, had big rallies. They really wanted to win the state.
Although both Trump and Clinton have such large leads, Democratic State Chairman of Connecticut Nick Boletto also believes the race is not over.
Connecticut matters just like any other state, and people should come out and show what their preference is for each of the candidates, and I think that'll happen. And I still think it'll be narrowly decided if it is decided by that date.
Quinnipiac political science professor Sean Duffy says that the importance of Connecticut residents' votes goes way beyond picking the nominees.
In voting on April 26th, we're also selecting the delegates who will represent Connecticut in those two conventions when they make decisions on things like strategy and platform.
Although it's unclear whether Connecticut will make a big difference, the only way to know is to go out and vote. Dylan Fearon, Q30 News.
A garbage truck on fire is definitely not a normal sight or a normal task for the Hamden Fire Department to take on.
Plus some street closures on Saturday that you'll want to know about. Anna Sackel has more.
Thanks, Zach and Alexa. The 5th annual Ion Bank Cheshire Half Marathon and 5K is set to be held this Sunday, April 24th. The event runs through Hamden and Cheshire and begins at 8:30 a.m. The run will last for at least 4 hours. Police have made plans to close certain streets and have created a detour for traffic flow. Roads that will be closed include South Main Street, Oak Avenue, North and South Brooksvale Road, River Road, and others. A full list, including detour routes, can be found online at cheshirecT.org. And Bernie Sanders is coming to town. A spokesman for the mayor of New Haven announced on Tuesday that Senator Sanders' campaign was inquiring about using the city green for an event on Sunday, April 24th. The event was confirmed later that day on Twitter by the Bernie Sanders CT official page. The event will start at 7 p.m. The Connecticut primaries are on Tuesday, April 26th, and Sanders is hoping to pull together a win against frontrunner Hillary Clinton. That's all the news from around Hamden and New Haven. I'm Anna Sackel. Now back to the desk.
Everyone's out on the quad, and the weather is warm and sunny. It's wonderful.
Exactly. And it looks like that kind of weather will be here to stay. We might have a little bit of rain that'll dampen our moods tonight, but I'll have your full Q30 weather forecast when we get back.
The freshmen this year have stepped in and really just eliminated that problem, doing the right plays at the right time.
I mean, it certainly seems like an uphill battle for this team, but Trisha Fabi is one of the best coaches at this university.
Bobcats hosting Arizona State. We'll start with this power play.
But she's strong. Good Lord, I saw her lifting one time. She could squat 3 of me. Like,
oh, well, 7 of me then.
This week's trending topic is #that. We are your source for Quinnipiac entertainment news.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's. Good evening and welcome to Sports Pause.
In the end, we're here to win a championship this year.
Jess Fontana has that. She's going to take a ripper off the post, but she's going to come back.
And my number one, hold your applause, Bobcats fans, is Quinnipiac.
All right, Victoria, you know what time it is? It's top 5 plays of the week.
My favorite time.
We've got 75 in Memphis, 73 in Washington, 70 in New York, and 66 up in Boston. Looking right at Connecticut, though, the temperatures today, high 60s, low 70s. It got warmer as we went inland, so we had 64 in New Haven, 63 in New London, 71 in Meriden, and 73 up at Yukon. As we look at our radar, we can see it's mostly clear right now. We've got some precipitation right now over the Ohio Valley that's going to be giving us some more rain tonight, probably after midnight though. Not probably, definitely after midnight. You won't expect the rain until after midnight. As we look at tonight's forecast, like I said, 30% chance of rain, and all that rain is going to come after midnight, if it even comes at all. 50 degrees, partly cloudy tonight. And tomorrow, across the state, we have temperatures much warmer than today, which is awesome. Over in Waterbury, 1 degree shy of 80 degrees, 78 in Hartford, 77 up in Stores. Like I said, cooler as you get near the coast, 68 in New London and 73 in New Haven. Looks like those people in New London are the only ones that won't be breaking 70, so sorry for all of you in New London. Here in Hamden, tomorrow, 75 degrees, and when we get that warmer air, that's when we get the possibility for afternoon thunderstorms. So we do have a 50% chance of afternoon thunderstorms. So if you're heading to the Fetty Wap concert, you might want to bring a raincoat, maybe bring a poncho so you can get rid of it after you wait in line, because you will be waiting outdoors. But like I said, 75. I'm not expecting too many thunderstorms. They may pop up here and there, but they should clear by evening. And as we look at our 7-day forecast, like I said, the possibility for some sun, some thunder tomorrow, but 75, a low of 51. Looking at the weekend, definitely the pick of the weekend. It's going to be partly cloudy on Saturday, but 68. A little cooler on Sunday, 63 degrees. And as we look forward into the week, we have a chance of a little bit more rain, maybe some thunder Tuesday going into Wednesday. So keep with Q30 as we track the weather. That's all for your weather forecast. I'm Matt Morris. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Matt. Katy Perry and Kobe Bryant are making headlines in the entertainment world.
Cara Straus has more on our entertainment news update. Cara?
Thanks, guys. Katy Perry may have won the right to legally purchase a former nun's convent in California, but now she'll have to fight to officially own the property. Perry's put a bid on the property for $14.5 billion and was promised the property would be hers, but an entrepreneur outbidded her at $15.5 billion and wants to try to convert the convent into a hotel. Perry's legal counselor says, quote, "We won the real property issues, and as far as I'm concerned, it's still game on," end quote. And Kobe Bryant is officially saying goodbye to the court. Bryant played his last game at the Staples Center last Wednesday against the Utah Jazz and scored 60 points. His incredible farewell caught attention around the world as he finished on a career high. The win was celebrated on social media as Mama Day, which included a Snapchat filter and iconic photos of him celebrating the locker room. In shocking news coming out of Minnesota earlier today involving music icon Prince, the 7 Grammy winner singer-songwriter was found dead at the age of 57 at Paisley Park Studios, where he was found unresponsive in an elevator, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Prince has been fighting the flu for weeks and had to cancel some of his shows. Prince will be remembered for the pioneering the Minneapolis sound and took on the music industry in his fight for creative freedom. Our thoughts are with his family. That's it for this week's Entertainment Report.
The freshmen this year have stepped in and really just eliminated that problem, doing the right plays at the right time.
I mean, it certainly seems like an uphill battle for this team, but Tricia Fabi is one of the best coaches at this university.
Bobcats hosting Arizona State. We'll start with this power play.
But she's strong. Good Lord, I saw her lifting one time. She could squat 3 of me. Like,
Oh, well, 7 of me then.
This week's trending topic is #that. We are your source for Quinnipiac entertainment news.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's. Good evening and welcome to Sports Pause.
In the end, we're here to win a championship this year.
Jess Fontaine now has that. She's going to take a ripper off the post, but she's going to come back.
And my number one, hold your applause, Bobcats fans, is Quinnipiac.
All right, Victoria, you know what time it is? It's top 5 plays of the week.
My favorite time.
Just like that weather outside, spring sports is heating up.
And so are the careers of 2 of our men's ice hockey players. Guys, as the semester winds down, spring sports are in full swing, but there's one winter sports team that's still making headlines. Following the men's ice hockey team's trip to the Frozen Four in Tampa Bay, Florida, 2 of its players have signed contracts with NHL teams. Junior forward Sam Annis has signed a 2-year entry-level contract with the Minnesota Wild. Annis was named All-American this season after tallying 50 points, 24 goals, and 26 assists. And although he's leaving a year early, Annis will graduate this spring. And junior defenseman Devon Taves signed his entry-level contract with the New York Islanders. Taves was drafted in the 4th round by the Islanders in 2013. Taves tallied 63 points in his career at Quinnipiac. That's 12 goals and 51 assists. He was also named to the All-ECAC second team this season. Now let's get to the spring sports and the men's lacrosse team. The Bobcats took on MAC opponent Canisius this past Saturday and won decidedly by a score of 17-9. Sophomore Brian Feldman had 7 goals in the game and was named MAC Offensive Player of this week for the 2nd consecutive time on Monday. The men's lacrosse team is undefeated in MAC play and has only 2 more games left before the MAC tournament. The team will take on Monmouth on Saturday and Manhattan the following week. If the Bobcats win one of those last 2 games, they will clinch a regular season title and home field advantage in the playoffs. The baseball team also had an action-packed weekend, taking on Iona in a 3-game series. The Bobcats would take the first 2 games of the series in a Saturday doubleheader that took extra innings to complete. The team won the first game by a score of 2-0, with pitcher Thomas Jenkins going 7 innings without allowing a single hit. The second game, which was supposed to be 7 innings, ended up being 13 innings and over 3 hours long. It was John Bodenhammer with the walk-off single for the Bobcats, who would go on to win by a score of 4-3. The third game in the series would also be decided by a walk-off hit. This time it was Quinnipiac catcher Lou Iannotti
with another walk-off single to lead the Bobcats to a 3-2 victory and a sweep of the Gales. Despite sweeping the Gales over the weekend, the Bobcats would fall to the Albany Great Danes by a score of 14-24 on Tuesday. And the acrobatics and tumbling team traveled to Waco, Texas this past weekend to participate in the NCATA National Championships. The team won the acro 6 element and the synchronized toss heat events on Saturday. Coach Mary Ann Powers also received Coach of the Year, and Allie Tallman was named All-American on Sunday. Was named All-American on Saturday. And on Sunday, the team took on Fairmont State in the team event quarterfinals and came out victorious, but would eventually fall to the University of Oregon in the semifinals on Monday. The women's tennis team remains undefeated in MAC play after defeating Marist 6-1 on Sunday. Junior Rachel Horton earned her 23rd doubles win. The Bobcats will finish its season on the road at Fairfield and Siena. The men's tennis team lost their first conference match of the season on Saturday, falling to Marist 4-3. Despite the loss, Kei Azaka was named MAC Tennis Player of the Week after recording his 100th career win against Marist. The team will also finish its season at Fairfield and Siena. That's all for this week's sports news. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Sam.
When we come back, we have this week's Quinny People.
And we'll find out about a group of students looking to make a difference when it comes to texting and driving. Stay with us.
Really just eliminated that problem, doing the right plays at the right time.
I mean, it certainly seems like an uphill battle for this team, but Trisha Fabi is one of the best coaches at this university.
Bobcats hosting Arizona State. We'll start with this power play.
But she's strong. Good lord, I saw her lifting one time. She could squat 3 of me. Like,
Oh, well, 7 of me then.
This week's trending topic is #that. We are your source for Quinnipiac entertainment news.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's. Good evening and welcome to Sports Pause.
In the end, we're here to win a championship this year.
Jess Fontana has that. She's going to take a ripper off the post, but she's going to come back.
And my number one, hold your applause, Bobcats fans, is Quinnipiac.
All right, Victoria, you know what time it is. It's top 5 plays of the week.
My favorite time. April is the month for distractive driving awareness.
And one graduate class is taking it upon themselves to help spread the word.
Q30's Kelly Ledwith met up with a class that's focus of this week's Quinnipiac.
One Quinnipiac graduate PR class is taking on distracted driving. The class held an event in the Student Center Gallery where they gave out donuts to students who signed a pledge to stop distracted driving. Senior Erica Chinchosi has been working hard with her class to come up with the campaign and the pledge.
And basically the pledge is just something that you sign saying that you're going to be a more attentive driver, and it lists a bunch of different things that distracted driving is.
Erica says distracted driving is more than just being on your phone.
We found that a lot of people think it's just texting and driving, but it can include anything from eating while driving or having way too many people in your car, the number of seatbelts, which is what we refer to as overcrowding. So there's really a lot that goes into it, and it's definitely a problem on this campus.
Senior Lauren Allen has also been working with her class campaign and helped make a video to make the Quinnipiac community more aware of the issue.
Me and Alexa both worked on the video for the distracted driving campaign. We recruited students from all aspects of the campus to represent as many groups as we could to try and spread a message about our campaign. So that's what we did for that.
Lauren has noticed how important this campaign is in her own life.
Definitely been more aware of my own kind of actions while driving, and it's definitely helped me to put my phone down when I'm driving, because now I think about all the facts that I've learned about distracted driving, the amount of people that are hurt and killed due to distracted driving accidents. It's definitely made me more aware of the fact that it's a growing problem and it's something that needs to be acknowledged.
Erica and Lauren will continue to work with their class to raise awareness of distracted driving in the Quinnipiac community. I'm Kelly Ledwith, Q30 News.
That's all for this week's Q30 Newscast.
Stay up to date with us on all things Q30 by following us on Twitter and the Q30 News, or visit us online at q30television.com.
Good night.